Okay, looks like we're gonna go live a little early just to kind of let people trickle in here, test the audio, say hi to everybody, that kind of thing. Let me just make sure I have everything set up how I want it. Okay. All right. It's good enough. You know, when you're in your apartment, this is, as good as you get. When you don't really have a corner for this kind of content. Okay. Yeah, audio's good? Great. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for coming and joining us. I'm just going to, typically when I start these, I wait a few minutes to allow some people to trickle in, and then I try and start at 12 o'clock our time, so that's in about 4 minutes here. But, it all depends. Depends on how many people we have coming up, and then I might wait a little bit longer. I know there are some people who are trickling in, some of our regular viewers. And then, if anyone has any audio problems or if there's any video problems or anything, please let me know as we're going through this. It really helps us out. I'm monitoring the chat. I've gotten better at doing these live streams. Hello, David. And I've been able to kind of read the chat while doing the live stream, while looking at the script and kind of like bouncing between them all a lot better. However, if there is something, please let me know and I will try and adjust it on the fly. We'll see. For now, while we're waiting on everyone coming in, I figured I'd jump over to my script. I just wanted to say I'm doing today solo. Typically, Henry joins me on these, but he is out for the day, so it is just me. I guess I always try and kind of outline. As many of you know, there are some people who are new to joining here. And so if you didn't know, we do trivia at the end of these live streams. The basic premise of live stream is we like to jump on, give you guys some updates, kind of chat with you guys. If you have questions, please post them. I'll try and answer what I can live. We trivia at the end of it. Trivia is basically we throw out some questions. The first one to answer it correctly wins 50 FP. Today we have a total of 5 questions. As well as at the end of the entire show, you can be entered to win up to 200 FP additionally. And in order to win that, you actually have to comment once on the video. It can be for trivia, even if you didn't win it, even if you did. It can be any, you can comment on anything on my plants, doesn't matter. And then if you comment, if you like it, and if you share the video, you'll be entered to win 200 FP, which I draw the next day. And then I'll message you and just be like, hey, send me your ID. Doesn't matter which game you're coming from. We have been starting to do updates from the other games. So this started as just Mob Wars LCN, but we've gone ahead and we've started adding Pirate Clan and Viking Clan and Zombie Slayer. And that's kind of what we're planning to do with these going forward, is we always want to include everybody. And then that way we can just do some updates across the board. So for now, we have a minute or two to go. And last time, thank you for hey, Wayne, you're very welcome for the 200 FP. I'm glad you won it. You are still eligible to win it again. Just because you won last time does not mean you're in any way exempt. I basically take a list of all the people who've done it, and then I run them through a random generator to pick one, and then I just, that's what I go. I have also done ones without the random generator. So, there's no rhyme or reason. I'm just picking them to my heart's content. Okay, so we're about ready to start. This is going to be a fairly quick live stream, mainly because Henry's not here. I do have some stuff to demonstrate. We're kind of releasing some updates, some quality of life updates for you guys on the mobile app, as well as there's some Pirate Clan updates. And I think I'm going to start the show here right now. And typically when I start, I like to hit a little intro stinger, and then I come back in and do this whole spiel again. So thank you all for tuning in, and I'm going to start right about now. Hello. Thank you for joining us on our live stream. My name is Sean, and I will be doing our Mob Wars, and I guess all of our games, our Pirate Clan, Viking Clan, and Zombie Slayer live stream for you today. Today we have some little updates, and before we start, I did just want to mention, if you have questions during the live stream, please let us know. I will be monitoring the chat, and I will try and answer them when I can. Mob Wars at a boss. Just quickly reading some of them. Yeah, so we have a lot of things coming down the pipe. So typically we do a really big push. I see there's a question about locations coming. So we're always kind of working on locations. Because we have 4 games, we try and rotate who gets the locations. But while all that's happening, we have kind of longer, bigger term projects for the games, like big updates. A really good example is when we did Battle Royale. That one took a lot of resources and took a lot of time. So while we were doing that, other things have to kind of get almost kind of moved to the side because we are a small team. So yeah, we try to prioritize and bounce between them all. So they are all coming. Debbie, I hear you're saying I'm a little low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this mic, and that should resolve the issue with the audio. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to get started. I'm going to jump into it. We have a few things to talk about, and then, and then just show a little update, and then we're going to do trivia. Today, just so everyone's aware, trivia is not related to any game. It's not a single, you don't have to have played Mob Wars LCN, you don't have to play Pirate Clan, but it is pirate themed. So there's a generic theme to it, and it's pirates. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to get started. First thing to note, one of the reasons it is pirate themed is because our Pirate Clan is getting raid games. So they're the next one up for the raid games. For those of you who are here just from Pirate Clan and haven't experienced the raid games recently, we've made some minor changes to it. So it should be a lot more enjoyable. And we've seen even from our previous raid games that it's really neck and neck, a lot closer. We've kind of adjusted some of the balancing around teams and when you can join and stuff. But to give you a quick primer, just so you guys are so prepared, and I'm not going to kind of go through it in super in depth because we did cover this in the last live stream, but I do want to run through it just to make sure. First off, everyone gets to join a team. There are 5 different teams you join. When a team has too many members, it actually gets locked off and you cannot join it. So your options get limited until other teams start filling out. Then it'll come back up once the numbers get evened out. So if you and your friends are trying to join a team together, make sure one of you has to might have to be a little patient if you're not doing it all together. But regardless, even if your friends are scattered along all 5 teams, when you guys go and complete raids together, the raids are done as you normally do. So as you complete a raid, if it's your first raid of the event, you can guarantee yourself a superior item. Or if you're the highest one in actions, you can also guarantee a superior item that way. And regardless of if that raid was your team's color, let's say I'm in team yellow, which I am, and Henry was in team green. If I'm helping Henry on his green team, all my work still contributes to my team yellow progress. And so as you're going through this raid event, all your actions go to this progress bar. And every time you hit checkpoints, you start winning more and more items. And as a group, as the whole team, you're trying to get to the progress bar at the end. There are achievements for getting to the end first. And there is chat colors and stuff that we're giving away for it. So it is a bit of a contest to get to the end. But regardless of where you are, you will always be earning extra items on top of your regular raid items. Something really important to note is everyone has one and only one team swap. So you can't be jumping around to each team. And if you've collected prizes, let's say you're on yellow team and you've collected the first checkpoint, you can no longer swap. So you can't just change near the end of the event and be like, I want to join this other team because they're doing better. You stick with your team and you help them complete missions. And if your friends aren't on the team, it's a great chance to kind of make some new friends and help each other out, even if it was a rival. So that's kind of the gist of the event. It's basically a more rewarding and a team-oriented raid event. We are looking for, we've already run the event a little bit on Mob Wars. And so we are looking for feedback. If your game has already done the raid, and if you're in Pirate Clan, once you're done the event, please give us feedback on that. We really want to hear from you guys. We want to know what changes you want to see. We've already made adjustments from the first time we used this based on your guys' feedback. And that's kind of how we want to be going forward, is when you guys have some feedback, send it in. We want to hear it. We compile it. We have these big meetings where we talk about the player feedback that we're getting in. Adding to that really helps. Speaking of adding to that, while that's going on, Pirate Clan is going to be having a sale to go along with that. In the sale, you can purchase FP and item packs in a bundle. You can also purchase FP, and then when you do, depending on how much FP you get bonus item sets as well. And on all that, if you have a friend they did manage to join your team and you guys are going to go right to the end together, you can send them a gift, send them a little bit of FP, and they'll get the bonus set items. So yeah, there's a sale going along with this event for you guys in Pirate Clan. And so, yeah, hopefully, take advantage, have fun, win some items, and, the race is on. Welcome to the raid games. Yeah, let me just quickly jump from the script. I'm going to jump to the questions. Good, everybody. Okay. It seems some people are having some audio issues. Just a quick reminder that if you are having audio issues, double check that your volume is working, and if you need to, you reload the page. That might resolve it. I do know I can see a couple people are hearing it, and I am hearing it in my test monitor. So I think it all is going out correctly. But yeah, if it's not, I'm sorry you're having some audio issues. Hopefully they are resolved soon. But yeah, okay. So I am going to continue on with the list. The next big one is, updates. Okay, I want to show everybody this a little bit from the mobile app. Let me quickly, I gotta do a bit of jumping to get to this page. So here, and I'm actually going to have the wonderful support of Bobby. All right, here we go. Okay, mobile app. So we've made some updates. Basically, around these updates, we wanted to give players more information when actions are being done and when actions are being taken on you. So an example is, if Bobby starts attacking me, and Bobby, I don't know if you go, there he is. So while Bobby's attacking me, now we have an update where in the header, it'll start telling me when I'm being attacked. I can respond quite quickly by going to Bobby and I'm just going to attack him here. Oh, I got a heal. Obviously, he took me down. I can give him a sweet old attack, tell him what's up. But on top of this, so this is, it's nice to know when you're getting attacked, you can start fighting back quicker. You can set up your ambushes. I don't know if you noticed, Bobby, I had a couple ambushes set on you, so gotcha. While this is going on, we also have added that for your quests. So your syndicate quest, your faction quest, armada quest, guild quest, depending on your game. Now, when you complete an action that progresses one of your quests that are ongoing, it'll actually tell you in this top header. So an example is, I have a quest that's to hit list people. So I'm going to hit list. Bobby, you killed me again. This time, I'm going to hit list him. So as I hit list him, you can notice at the top there, it's now progressed the quest. So while you're doing your jobs or whatever your quests are, you'll be able to be more informed if you are doing it. We have seen some feedback of people being like, I don't know if I was completing my quest, and they had to jump back to keep checking. This should eliminate that. So you'll know as you're going through, and once it's complete, you can then move on to the next quest or the next task. Yeah, so that's the kind of the update. It's one of our many kind of updates that are coming for the mobile app to really make it a cleaner experience so that you get more information and it's easier to navigate around the page. So he's currently sleeping. He ain't getting up from the fishes. That's okay. Set a couple ambushes so he leaves me alone. There's a few on him. Okay, so that update is going out. It's going to be going out to all the games, so you'll be able to do your quests. Just much cleaner. You won't, if you're tight on energy or stamina, you can really once you're done, you can move on to the next task, really save that as you need it. And if you're just trying to complete them really quick with your friends, then that's a great way to monitor. We're all kind of going through and it might be done quicker, as well as you can monitor if someone is attacking you. You get a little notification. Oh, on top of that, I should say, speaking of notifications, let's go all the way back. Over here in the settings tab, you can actually adjust these notifications. So if you didn't want one for whatever reason, you're like, look, I'm getting attacked from everybody. I'm just a huge target right now. You could, if you wished, you could turn them off. Just so you guys know, so that would set it back to how it normally is. But if you are looking for having them on for a bit more information, you do have that option. We are aiming to always provide you guys the options, right? That's kind of the end goal, is to, when we make a change, to give you some options to adjust the gameplay as you want. That's a mobile update. It seems minor for some people who maybe don't get as many quests done. Maybe their team members are very good at getting them done, but from our internal use, we've found it's very nice to, you start on a quest and you realize, oh, hey, like everyone else jumped on it really quick. It's done. I can move on to the next one. Okay, so that is the mobile update. We've done some other updates, which it won't affect everybody. We've basically improved a lot of the login options. We've made some adjustments to the performance of the game, so it'll be running a little faster and better for some people, depending on your device. I always try and suggest make sure your game is up to date, because that way you'll get the latest and greatest versions of all of it. What else? So I have raid games. I I have the new setting panel. I have the new notification header and feedback. Okay, we are at the beginning of the year, kind of the end of the first month here. I kind of mention this every live stream, but I'm going to reiterate it. We are looking for feedback. Currently, we're looking for feedback around the raid games once you're done in your game, once you've completed it. And we are looking for just general feedback. We have some really big projects in the queue that we are working on. But yeah, we want to hear you guys' feedback. You know, what are you liking about the game? What don't you like? What do you want to see? What's something that you wish was expanded upon? That's what we're looking for. And yeah, I think, you know, honestly, this is a fairly quick update for everything. I think I've covered all the things. It's Pirate Clan, the raid games, the sale, the new updates for mobile. We're looking for feedback. And it sounds like, to me, now that I've cleared this, I'm quickly going to scan the questions, if there's any. Oh, Gary. So Gary has a really good question. So he says, why do people not get the same amount of favor points in quests as they do in other events? And so how that works is the easy quest is basically, it's the same for everybody. Everybody gets similar rewards. But going on from medium and hard quests, what happens is the amount that you contribute to that quest dictates how much FP you get back. And the reason that is we got a lot of feedback from some people who were completing the lion's share. They were completing the majority of the quest, and they were getting a little upset that the rewards were totally random, and it didn't feel rewarding to build a character that was energy focused to complete all the jobs, right? It didn't feel very rewarding to focus on boss fights when everybody got either the same or it was random the amount. So we had some people who maybe only contributed 1% to 2% on a quest, a hard quest, and they got more FP, like exponentially more than someone who contributed maybe 50%. And so from that feedback that we got from both the kind of the Syndicate, Faction, Guild, Armada leaders and from the officers was like, we would like ways to see how much everyone's doing, and then also we want to be able to have the people who do more get better rewards, essentially. So that's how it is. It's a scaling. So depending on how much you do, realistically, there's 25 members in a full group. So if everyone split the workload to like take down a medium quest, it's done relatively quick and everyone gets a pretty good reward. However, we do know that some people do like to gear their characters to a certain way in order to complete more quests. We understand that's how some people like, and some guilds actually, or factions actually, are looking for that. They're looking for like, hey, we're looking for someone who's good at just crushing those jobs. Oh, great, you have tons of energy. That's what you're built for. You're not PvP oriented. Perfect. Don't worry. The rest, the 24 of us are. You tackle the jobs. So I totally understand that that's how some people are, gearing out their factions. And yeah, that's kind of why that is designed that way. But I, thank you for the question, Gary. And I understand where your feedback comes from because it seems a bit odd. You're like, hey, like I feel like I did a lot, but I didn't get any FP. The reason is just that it's that the scaling. Any other quick questions before I jump into trivia? We are going to be moving into trivia. That's the last part. But question is battle. There is some. So Arnold, you have a question about gifting. It's basically like, hey, can you make it more rewarding and more meaningful? That's the kind of feedback we want. Specifically, if you're able to write in a ticket, we use those tickets, and that's what we present to the rest of the team during these meetings. And any kind of example of like, look, like we feel you're saying here you wish it was a bit more meaningful. Perfect. In what way would that feel more meaningful for you? What are some, if you have any examples, that'd be great. If not, it's totally fine. We just love looking at seeing where the community is when they're like, hey, this is what we find meaningful, sending that in. So again, thank you. It's a great question. And what I might actually do, because I'm just kind of looking through my script here, I might actually try and organize maybe a Q&A live stream with you guys. It might be a bit of a longer, bigger one, and I might have to get you guys to send in questions ahead of time. That way I have a list and I can kind of plug through them all. But I might want to do a, maybe not even direct questions, but even just feedback of like, hey, why is this way? Because I'd love to dive through some of the design decisions we have and some of the stuff we have to really just inform you guys and have you guys know why certain things are the way they are. And if it's not working for the players, then we can look at changing it. That's kind of the goal with these feedback, this kind of back and forth that we want to do. So I guess I'll end this really quick and then go into trivia by saying keep an eye out for our blogs, which are on KanoPlay/blogs, or our newsfeed, and I will try and kind of organize some Q&A live streams, so then we can kind of do this a little bit more. And I may actually try and have a guest when I do it as well. That way we can kind of have a bit of back and forth. That might be the best way to kind of go about doing this. And then also, just I guess while I'm just saying it, something to note is we have Facebook contests quite often. In fact, every week on every game, there will be a Facebook contest of some kind. If you guys haven't noticed them or haven't been jumping in to try them out, they're great. Sometimes you can win up to 200, sometimes 300 FP. Sometimes you win FP for your entire group, your entire faction, syndicate, armada. So if you're not checking out our Facebook regularly for the contests, you should. And with that said, speaking of FP, speaking of giving away FP, you know what time it is. It's trivia time. It's trivia time. I shouldn't have whispered that because I realized some people are having audio issues, so I shouldn't whisper anything. Okay, so trivia. Let me just jump over here. This is a lie. It says 10 questions. That is still a mistake. That should say 5. So it's going to be 5 questions. Ignore that number 10. We had a bigger trivia one a couple streams ago. So we're going to be 5 questions. These ones are pirate themed. Again, it's not Pirate Clan. You don't have to necessarily play Pirate Clan, although if you did, you're probably going to nail these questions. They're just general pirate themes, pirate facts. So rack your brain. Remember that Pirates of the Caribbean you watched? Great movie. And yeah, we're going to get started. First one to answer the question wins the FP. It's 50 FP for you. And then at the end, if you like, comment, and subscribe to the video, I will be choosing someone to win 200 FP as well. So first question of the day. What is the name of the most famous pirate flag? I'm going to just point down at the bottom right there. It looks something like that. And it's not called the old Skull and Crossbones. The old Scully Crossy. That's not what we're called. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's good, but it's definitely wrong. Oh, and it looks like we have it. So David was correct. It's the Jolly Roger. That's where that name comes from. And I believe it is not where Jolly Ranchers, the candy, come from. It's a totally separate situation. Jolly Roger is the correct answer. Question number 2. Again, these are pirate themed, so it's in the same vein as these questions here. Question number 2. What was the name of the infamous pirate Blackbeard? This is Blackbeard, mining for Blackbeard. His real life name. Blackbeard. I have never in my life grown out a long enough beard, but my older brother has quite the massive one. And I am seeing, I'm just going to reiterate, if you've already won, you cannot win a second time, but you are helping everybody else, and that's awesome that you're doing that. And there it is. The answer is Edward Teach. And I believe Teach it's disputed how it's spelled. There's a couple spellings I've seen. So any kind of variation of Teach, Edward Teach, which is not near as menacing as Blackbeard. So it's a good thing he changed it. Next question. What nationality was the famous pirate William Captain Kidd? William Captain Kidd. It's an easy one. I know it is easy. Here it goes. Anybody. William. It's kind of oh, close. Okay. It's not quite English. Hey, that's right. He is from, I see the answer is in there a couple times. He is from Scotland. So he'd be Scottish. So I'll take either of those. Scotland, Scottish, whichever one we see come up first, that's the one we're taking. We've noticed that the answers kind of come in, when you type in your answer, it kind of prioritizes it, but what we see is slightly different than what everyone else sees. We see the order that it comes into us. So we're always going by our own order. But the answer is Scottish. He's Scottish. That was William Captain Kidd. That's a terrible Scottish accent. He'd be Scottish. I'm not going to try and continue that accent. I have never been gifted in the accent world. Fourth question. How many seas are there in the world? How many seas are there in the world? It's an easy one if you remember back to, I believe it's like grade 6 geography. That's a wild guess. Throwing a stab out there. I think I see the answer flying in. Full steam ahead. Oh, 7 is the answer. I quickly glanced the next question, so I'm going to continue. I did laugh at 50. That's a good one. Final question. I flashed on screen, so I'm going to jump into it really quick. What year was Henry Morgan born? What year was Henry Morgan born? You may know Henry Morgan from his rum called Captain Morgan. It's spiced rum. I believe I got some on the shelf right there. I would grab it, but it is quite far. I cannot get out from behind this desk. What year was Henry Morgan born? Captain Morgan. Oh, I don't know if these are the right answers. Let me just quickly double check. Okay, there, and now I'm seeing the answer. Now I'm seeing the answer pop in. All right, there's a couple. There we go. Okay, 1635. So he is definitely not around still, but his rum is, and it's all right. It's not my favorite. Got a few others. Okay, we're not going to talk about my preference of rum or drink, but we are going to just say, I just want to quickly reiterate, thank you everybody for coming and joining in the live stream. Thank you for the questions. I'm actually going to try and grab a couple of these questions and add them to a list, and I'm going to reach out and try and get from all 4 games across all of our servers. I want to try and compile a bunch of questions, and I want to do a little Q&A thing for you guys. And so, yeah, just to reiterate, if you haven't already, if you comment, like, and share this video, you have a chance to win 200 FP. I'll be going through the list of people who've done all 3 of those, and I'll be picking one person as the winner of 200 FP, just like that. And that is, even if you've won trivia, you're still eligible to win the 200. Even if you've won the 200 before, you're still eligible to win the 200. And if you're looking for other ways to win some FP, check out our Facebook page. On our Facebook page, we have contests all the time. We have 200 FP giveaways, sometimes 300 FP. Sometimes we have 200 for you and a friend, or we have FP for your entire group, your entire faction, syndicate, armada, guild. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Thank you for the. I know this is a quicker one. There is no Henry here, so it was just kind of me chatting with you guys, and I really appreciate everybody for showing up, and thank you for playing the game. We'll see you in game, and take care.